What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video on my channel, and today we are going to be continuing to play Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1, and I did do a little bit on the side when I wasn't live, completing a few of the side missions, but we're going to be picking up right where we left off with our main mission, so we're going to get right into that starting now. Yeah, it was probably a good thing that I just went ahead and did a few of the side missions because all it was like collecting boxes, didn't really have anything with them, and it was actually really boring to do, and it took me like over an hour to get all of it, which is crazy.
I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill? Sit. You old lubberheads.
May I ask for your assistance? Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this. Can I ask you a question? Oh, I don't know about that. Ask one of the others.
This isn't working. You might need a different tack.
Back off.
These events are fractured into so many pieces. But I know you can collect them all, Sherlock.
May I ask you something? Oh, I don't know about that. Ask one of the others. Can you satisfy my curiosity? Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this.
Time to check your who, what and what, Sherry. Who are you asking? About what and dressed as what?
Clearly a left handprint here.
I'm a little bit stuck.
Back off.
Oh, I'm getting something somewhere.
Are you able to help me? Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this.
Oh, here we go.
Mr. Harlow, how did the refugees end up here exactly?
Oh, so you're not from around here yourself?
I've been away for some time, but I read the papers.
Yes, this whole story has been in the papers for almost a year now. They were smuggled to Cordona on a ship from Africa.
Smuggled? Then why didn't you deport them?
The smugglers managed to sneak them to shore and hide them inside an abandoned warehouse. When the police raided the warehouse and found the refugees there, the ship was already gone. We aren't even certain as to which ship it was. We have busy shipping routes with other colonies these days, you see.
So you decided to lock them up under a bridge?
There was no other option. We're still trying to work out what to do with them. I only hope we'll find a humane solution and not put them on a raft and float them out to sea.
Mr. Harlow, what exactly do you do?
No. I hope I'm not making a grave mistake in trusting you, Mr. Holmes.
Oh.
A single Malpalbutt. Roadman cigarettes. A brand highly regarded by law enforcement officers. So there wasn't any sophisticated infiltration plan. The good old police just let the man into the camp. Now we have everything we need to get the full picture of what happened at the camp.
Just looking at, alright. Let's try this.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
So, we have a thug who came to take a refugee woman with him. She resisted, but he dragged her by force. One of the refugees stood in his way, armed with a stick, yet he could do nothing against a cutthroat with a blade. The man didn't anticipate that the other refugees would intervene and stand against him. In the confusion, the woman managed to break free. The thug took fright and fled. He was stopped by the falling crates. He stumbled and fell, piercing his chest with his own blade. However, the wound didn't cause instant death. He managed to stand, but still bleeding, he lost his balance on the bridge and fell. Before all of this, the man had freely entered the camp through the main entrance. The police admitted him after they had a short smoke together.
You live by the sword, you die by the sword. In our man. Case, it's the same sword.
Back off. You still here?
Inspector, I believe I can aid your investigation. I know who the dead man is and what really happened here.
You do? Well, good for you. But I'm afraid I'm not the one you need to share your findings with. Speak to Mr. Harlow here. He's the one responsible for settling things in the camp.
You don't even care to listen?
Oh, I do care. Maybe even more than I need to. But I'm only here today to lock the place up, question witnesses, and file the facts. It's sad, but coming up with conclusions is not among my tasks here. You fellows at City Hall do that. Anyway, speak to the supervisor. I'll just stand by and listen to what you have to say.
Mr. Harlow, your refugees didn't murder anyone.
What? Pray tell me what you've learned.
All right, listen carefully. This might solve one problem for you, but will create a few more.
Oh, well, that's a great start.
The man came to the camp intending to kidnap one of your refugees, a woman. What he didn't expect was that the refugees would stand up to protect the woman. A brawl had broken out. In the chaos of it, the man stumbled over those crates and fell on his own blade.
How do you know he fell on his own blade?
The wound in his chest was inflicted from an unusual angle. It was not an offensive stab, shall we say. The refugees didn't touch him. And judging by the blood at the scene, the intruder managed to raise himself but was unable to walk very far. He ultimately fell into the canal.
But how did he sneak into the camp? Why didn't the police see him?
And this is where your new problems emerge, Mr. Harlow.
What do you mean?
You're not a dull-witted man. You know what I mean. There is no feasible way to get into the camp without the police guards knowing of it.
The pile of mess I had to sort out has just become bigger, but somehow that doesn't surprise me. Anyway, I thank you for your help, Mr. Holmes. I'll take it from here. Meanwhile, I'll make sure the police aren't detaining the refugees any longer. You can go back in and look for your witness.
You think one small clock can make any difference in this place?
Who knows, John? Just one ill-fitting cog. Could make the whole machine crumble.
You're the one who tended to our man's wounds. I thank you greatly. The police didn't allow us to help him.
The police will leave you alone now. I've proven to them that the man who came into the camp died due to his own foolishness.
Thank you for standing up for us. But nobody would help us without a reason.
Yes,
What do you want?
Naylor. She was hurt some time ago. I'm here to find the people who did this and bring... And to find them, I need Naylor's help.
Justice. But
Hello, Naylor? My name is Sherlock. I know someone hurt you. I am here to help. I'm trying to find the people involved and bring them to justice. Please. There is a photograph, and I'm sorry, it is terrible, but I simply must ask. Where did this happen? What can you tell me about these people? Christ, Sherlock. Naylor, I'm sorry. I'm not very good at this.
You come here for me, but you are rude and cruel and condescending. A cross. The man had this cross. Now go away. Leave us be. I do not need another white man's help.
Oh, glad that wasn't me.
Oh, here we go.
Not my best work, John, by a long shot. Naylor doesn't want us meddling. I'm starting to wonder what this all achieves.
But she helped you anyway. Now we know that maniac's face and the cross he wore, we can still catch him.
Can I ask you a question? Oh, I don't know about that. Ask one of the others. Can I ask you a question? Oh, I don't know about that. Ask one of the others.
You obviously haven't thought this all through. Or are you just annoying these people on purpose?
Do you know anything about this?
They often take us from the camps to work. Most don't mind, though. It's the only way we get a glimpse of freedom.
So there's a smuggling ring in the camp. This wasn't the first time that someone freely entered the camp to take a refugee out.
At least it was certainly his last time. My gut tells me that we'll learn more about this ring when we find out where the thug came from.
May I ask you something? Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this.
I owe you a lot, Mr. Holmes.
You still here? Your problem, not mine. I've already told you all I've learned. I've already told you all I've learned. Your problem, not mine. Go bother someone else with this, son. I've already told you all I've learned. Your problem, not mine. Your problem, not mine. Go bother someone else with this, son. Go bother someone else with this, son.
The intruder has a most peculiar tattoo on his neck, too.
You really want to know, kid? Why? You want to play a police?
I'm sure you have it in your records, so it won't hurt if I have it in mine.
In my records, it's just a tattoo. Ah, to hell with you. Suit yourself. Off the record, though. Such tattoos are often connected to a man named Mr. Niccolo Bernadotti.
Bernadotti, you say?
A respectable businessman in Scalario. His company imports goods and wines, and smuggles everything that can be smuggled between the colonies and the mainland. His people can be identified by an obscure tattoo. Just like that. But these are all merely rumors, you see. If Mr. Bernadotti was a... You're disturbing a hornet's nest here, son.
Alright, we got everything. Let's see.
Is this... I just need to collect my thoughts, Sherry.
Could you help me?
It's so hot today that I can't think of anything.
Now what? Time to look up some files.
Do you know anything about this?
I can't help you, officer. Perhaps other people know more.
Probably the woman up front here.
I'm curious, how did Mycroft recruit you? I doubt you're a field agent. I imagine you work with intelligence.
That's correct. Your brother noticed me when I tracked down a spy at the archives. That's how our cooperation began. And you? Did Mycroft force you into this?
Not at all.
Of course.
Well, I'm his
I suppose in a way we...
in the remotest way.
Have you found anything helpful?
Oh, here we go. Here he is.
If you're here on matters of signing up for military service, come back tomorrow.
Oh, it's definitely him.
Why are you staring at me like I'm a Madame Tussauds figure? Didn't you hear what I just said?
You blame yourself for what you did. Won't be any good unless you confess to me, so I'll try to be polite.
What sort of did are we talking about? Are you from the press?
I'm here because of Naylor.
Who?
You don't remember her name.
Lad, if you won't tell me where you came, I'll call for someone here to sort you out, if you get my meaning.
I came to talk. I have a solid piece of evidence that proves you guilty of the violation of a young girl.
What kind of evidence? The silly painting? That's ridiculous. Rumors. Don't listen to a word of it.
I wouldn't call it solid if it were just a painting. I have a photograph that would be enough to cause a scandal at the very least, not to mention criminal consequences.
A photograph? Oh, so you've plucked up courage to finally come here. I won't pay you a single coin until I see the photograph for myself.
I'm not interested in money.
Not in the habit. Well,
I've never written a single word to you. That's not my style. I'm more direct. But in exchange for my patience, I demand your full cooperation. I need you to tell me everything.
fine. I suppose now we have a nice long talk.
Sherlock Holmes.
Shame. All the best.
Respect.
Where are my manners? So, where do we start?
Boniface Mercurio. Does the name...
He's an artist.
The one respond...
Oh.
You had motive to kill him.
Well, him, yes. There were plenty of ways.
I don't believe people...
Then look. I might...
And what...
We all...
You meant...
Or the black...
What does the...
Money. Up until the last... I burnt...
So...
What? I can...
You don't...
It's...
So you didn't attend the party to engage in an exotic experience involving a...
Mr. Holmes, I made a mistake. But I'm not a villain.
Rotting in prison. You will make amends and help the...
I'm trying to figure out the... I don't know if this matters.
Use your connections to help patriate the refugees. Find them...
Yes.
That's not... Nayla
Okay.
deserves the very...
Help the girl.
I need to think that...
What makes you think you can decide what's best for these people?
Such is the arrogance of British imperialism.
Come on, it's not like
I
we've
take
got
your
anything
point.
better to do.
Southeastern Scalido. As a road. I have some Mind Palace, but I wanna... Alright, let's see. Wait. Crossing with a Roman road.
Hey,
I ask for your assistance?
Nothing springs to mind, officer.
There we go.
It seems they're not expecting guests.
I won't wait for an invitation, John.
So what's the infiltration plan, Sherry? I'd go in through the rooftop if we had a harpoon gun.
Could you help me?
No, I don't know anything about that.
These workers don't look like you have.
They're
so many
refugees from
goods. Let's find something illegal. That's our way in, Sherry.
May I help you, officer?
I must speak to Mr. Bernadotti. There's been trouble at the refugee camp. You will want to learn the details.
The camp, you say? Aye, sir. You can go in.
Help me, please.
Sorry, we don't see much here.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Do I look like a copper snitch?
Sherry, that was almost too bright an idea to enter a bandit land, not just disguised, but disguised as a copper.
It's all right, there's no treasure. But maybe there is. I just need to crack the bloody riddle.
May I ask you something?
Sorry, we don't see much here.
Sherry, look. This seems familiar.
It's the art.
A Dogon statue from West Africa. A century old at least. Masks, traditional for the Chokwe people of Central Africa. VH Grindley Flow Blue tableware. This is what lies behind the facade of Bernadotti Company Limited. An amazing piece of culture. I imagine many collectors and museums would be interested in having it.
This might.
Let's see
Oh,
what's hidden there. Vogel's stolen painting. Isn't it curious how it developed into a much more interesting case?
Running late, officer. Your friends left not too long ago. If the damn idiot hadn't stolen the canary, I'd be bathing in silver down in the mines. Instead of this.
Huh?
What a dull day, eh? What a dull day, eh? What a dull day, eh?
This is it. This is where all the magic happens.
The Bernadotte Company Limited Trade Network reaches the most distant colonies of the Great Empire.
It must be very convenient for a man like Bernadotte.
Excuse me, Mr. Bernadotte is busy right now. Sir, you're obstructing the light. Could you step back?
I suppose it's Mr. Bernadotte with our fine governor. 1875. Was taken a few years back. John, how many people in Cordona have a photograph with the governor, do you think?
You definitely don't have one.
May I ask you something?
I don't speak to coppers. That's me creed.
Do you know anything about this?
Are you talking to me? You'd better not be.
You obviously haven't thought this all through. Or are you just annoying these people on purpose?
Is this familiar to you?
I don't speak to coppers. That's me creed.
I don't know who you are, but someone will be punished for letting you in. First, let's talk. Whenever you're ready. I'd hate to intrude.
Niccolo Bernadotte, I presume? The name is Sherlock Holmes, and I'm afraid I bring bad tidings.
Is that so?
The man...
Or am I?
Mr. Mercurio, what...
You are testing my...
In a moment, the connection... He's...
The refuge...
For what reason?
Why?
That is... Interestingly...
I buy and sell I presume you were hired by the owner of... So many... When you bought... Tell me.
It was I have enough...
Your
Before you... The young woman, that...
Finally.
It is what your man was after when he...
You have the photograph with you. How much do you want for it?
I am not naive enough. I know them.
I must have my
Also known as
it was in I own
and
it now.
I could.
I paid
The very.
I did and
Why?
with I
And how?
I
Why should I give you the photo? You claim to have connections, Mr. Bernadotte. Perhaps you could improve.
ha, I do have connections, Mr. The woman she will not.
Is that really possible?
And that
So,
seems like simply I am positive our deal will benefit everyone.
Alright, this is part of an achievement, so I gotta make sure I do it right. Smaller.
I opened the front door for you. Please, sir, do not linger.
So I didn't get all the evidence, I only got key evidence. But I think that we're wrapping up this case either way, so it doesn't matter. Hopefully.
Have you thought it?
Almost. The refugees, what will happen to them?
Well, the local governor...
From where did you gain such
I never asked you how you found the photograph. So don't ask the magician.
But how can I believe you?
Ugh. I presume you do believe in my selfishness. The initiator of the refugee salvation will be none other than the British envoy. Savior and protector of those in need. It's a win situation for me, too. Now, what about the photograph?
You deserve to be punished, but the greater good is what matters here. I won't bargain it for justice for Naylor.
I'm glad that this situation is over.
It will be over when you settle the matter of the refugees.
You have my word, Mr. Holmes.
There we go, voice of the people.
Mr. Holmes, you've returned. Have you uncovered anything new about the theft?
What's going
I've
on?
brought news, but not all of it will please you.
Fill me in, Mr. Holmes. I won't shoot the messenger.
I located the thief, but found him rather cold. He was tight-lipped about the painting, too.
Huh, he's dead. How very droll, Mr. Holmes. One presumes.
It was an accident at the refugee camp. He impaled himself on his own knife.
Life is nothing if not cruel and capricious.
I tracked down Boniface Mercurio.
I presume he wasn't delighted about the situation.
He was not having a good day on account of his murder.
Oh, sweet Mercurio, perishing in the pursuit of his art. How apt. What about the stolen painting? Have you located it?
I found the painting, but I could not retrieve it.
Well then, where is it?
In Bernadotti's office.
Bernadotti? That shady businessman? Why would...
I'm afraid you'll have to ask him yourself.
I take it you found something more then. What happened to your crusade of truth? Was it not that important after all?
No truth will satisfy you, Mr. Vogel.
It was not an attack, Mr. Holmes. If you've chosen not to tell me, I respect your intention. But
it is what it is.
Well, now that we've resolved all of our outstanding matters, I have a gift for you. I took the liberty of having it delivered to Stonewood Manor. I am told it belonged to your mother.
Previously you... And what exactly have you sent me?
Frankly, I'm not sure how to answer that.
Thank you, Mr. Vogel. I am curious to see what you have procured.
That was a long case. Got 4 of the bandit layers discovered. Don't know if we go ahead and start that. I think we're going to go to Lost Memory.
Killed with one perfect shot to each eye. Can you imagine? Killed with one...
I'm guessing you didn't get what you were after. It happens. I always wanted a
Killed
pet
with
cat.
one perfect shot to each eye. Can you imagine?
There we go.
Good luck, Mr. Holmes.
Alright, I think if I do this... then I go here.
We found this old shipwreck soon after we arrived on Cordona. It quickly became our favorite place. I remember feeling safe.
Ahoy, our mighty frigate! All hands ahoy! Show me ye haven't become no lily-livered landlubber.
We wanted to name our ship. We took some planks and a bucket of paint from workers at the nearby construction site. Arabella, we called her.
A real woman of war, she was.
We needed a good sail, so obviously we went and stole some sheets from Mycroft's bed. He was furious. I'm sure he still holds the grudge.
'Twas a good rig we ran on him. Aye.
This helm was borrowed from Father's collection. He enlisted the police to try and find it, but all the while it was here helping us steer our ship.
Aye, Sherry, and ye were the best coxswain on the briny deep.
I'm starting to remember, John. We didn't stay here for long. Someone else came.
Uh-oh.
Shiver me timbers, those were the king's men. They came for our booty and to make us dance the Hepham jig.
No, John, that's not right. It was someone else. Let me focus. Of course. Dudley and his henchmen, they couldn't stand some rich kids playing on their territory. And their territory was wherever they saw us.
Those sons of biscuit eaters stood no chance against real swashbucklers.
Sure, but we ran, didn't we?
Well, yes, but only to get our weapon. Savvy? Head up that bridge, buccaneer, to the cannon.
So is it done? I guess so. bridge? Over here, maybe? Bridge over here. I've already been up here for something, so I don't think that anything's up here, but might as well look. Here we go.
We wanted to teach them a lesson. Mycroft once said that this cannon was still operational. Obviously, we tried to fire it.
Aye, if we couldn't sail our Arabella, no one would. With one good shot broadside, we sent those freebooters to the Davy Jones.
John, this is getting ridiculous. We didn't fire the cannon. We couldn't fight those boys. We just ran. It was over. Just let it go.
Nar, stop your whining, you lubber. It's...
John, please stop. I said it's over.
No, wait, Sherry. There is one more thing you need to see.
Oh, all right, John, but...
Avast ye! It's this side of the bridge. A small cave on the beach. We...
This would have to be where it is, right?
I think I remember this place. Let me see what we can find. You can't put an old name on a new ship. If you're a bully, it's a bad idea to leave clothes unattended while swimming. Someone may repurpose your trousers into a surprisingly good sail. This was my father's helm, so we had to steal it back from Dudley. It was high tide, and I caught a chill. Spent the next week in bed with a fever.
Oi, matey. Let's get our ship shape once more. This cave is my favourite place on Cordona. My favourite place in all the world.
I must admit, John, it was good to remember. Let's take a photograph.
Oh, Sherry, come on. I know you want to do it. All hands ahoy!
ahoy! Weigh anchor and hoist the mizzen! Heave ho, First Mate John! We have a Spanish galleon to plunder!
This cave is my favorite.
So that one's done. And change my clothes back. There we go.
Place on Cordona. My favorite place in all the world.
Gonna screenshot that to remember. Now head over to our manor. What is this? I don't know why that's there. We've already done that. Huh.
It's a bizarre object, and yet oddly familiar.
Getting another memory.
Did you just remember something? Yes. A room full of curiosities and artifacts. I think I can find it in the manor.
Sherlock. So, you continue to pursue the imaginary.
Is it Mycroft?
I had hoped you might have got all this out of your system by now.
Mycroft, what are you doing here? Get out of my house.
It's my house, actually. I've come to bring you back.
I have no interest in returning, let alone with you. I know you lied about Mother all these years, claiming she was merely ill, but she was unstable. She never had tuberculosis. She was not recuperating, but mentally deteriorating, and you never once thought to tell me. How dare you?
I shall not indulge this petulant tantrum. You can just tire yourself out and then slink back to London with your tail between your legs.
Just tell me everything. I'm an adult now. Show me the basic courtesy of an explanation. You know I will find out eventually.
The goal was stability, and that's what you got. The right thing for everyone was to try and move on from her passing.
The consequences of one's actions determines what is right or wrong.
Yes, exactly. The ends justify the means. After leaving Cordona, Sherlock, you had a normal childhood. In London, I was able to support you, guide you, shape you into a fine and productive young man. You have so much potential, so much to offer society.
But that's not the end. Now I found the truth, and it has shattered everything I knew about her, about you, and about myself. I feel unstable because of you. Your actions were not justified. Lying never is.
Oh, grow up, Sherlock. It was a white lie which has as much use in the realm of the interpersonal as the international. It is time you come to accept that some things are bigger than yourself.
Oh, you are full of it. You like to pretend you care about the big picture, but it's just an ego trip. You like knowing more than others. You like greasing palms and rubbing shoulders with the rich and powerful. You like having eyes and ears everywhere. The fact it helps the nation is incidental, because all you care about is yourself.
It's true. I have agents everywhere, including Cordona. If you weren't so damn stubborn, you'd realize that means I'm only here for you.
I remember returning home with a pair of perfect sticks. We wanted to turn them into training swords.
Oh, that's right. We stood there, frozen, staring at something huge in the main hall. It was a giant aquarium with a living mermaid in it.
Impossible, it must have been something else. Oh, of course, that mortifying hoax presently taking up space in our front yard.
Well, fine. Your memory's better than mine. But I'm sure we started examining it immediately. And someone else was around too.
It was my mother. She asked what I thought of the artifact.
You were really concentrating and holding something in your hand.
I inspected it with a magnifying glass and was able to confirm it was made of two different skeletons. The mermaid was a fake.
And so it was time to smash the thing. Your mother took a hammer and...
Slow down, John. That's not how it happened. I remember other people joined us. The workers took the artifact and placed it into the Cabinet of Curiosities. It became part of Mother's collection of fakes. She always said that the truth lies in the details. This mermaid helped me to learn that. Ah yes, my mother's studio. She was an authenticator and...
I never saw the point.
Fakes I ever
What
saw.
does it matter if
Its
some
owner
artifact is
insisted
real
it was
or
a
not?
polar bear.
It still exists.
White paint on the brown fur wasn't noticeable. I remember this cozy blanket. It was perfect for...
It's a pity how many amazing things are missing from this room.
So many calling cards. Mycroft liked to keep useful people at hand. Reliable and driven. I recognize Mycroft's handwriting. Officer Luciano J. Placido. Carefully opened. Carefully opened. Dated 24th of April, 1869. This drawer was always closed. Only Mycroft knew how to open it.
I remember we tried to break it open and spy on him, but alas, had no success. Maybe today's the day. Ah, Sherry.
1852, Bingley, West Yorkshire. This photo caused a lot of fuss. My mother spent some time to prove it was a fake. I'm not sure I want to hear its horrifying, inhuman howl again.
Look, it's Roger. This jolly old man's well preserved. Even looks refreshed.
I doubt he drew much.
That's for the best. I'd be upset if he fell into the wrong hands.
Oh, I remember these. We used them to spar together until Mycroft found out and forbade us from using real weapons. I'm not sure I want to hear its horrifying, inhuman howl again. Ah, the memory comes back. We snuck about watching him.
He closed the drawer and went to the hall. We were like two shadows crawling behind him.
He opened the door to the postman, and they exchanged documents. If it was a real postman, of course. The painting on the wall was slightly atilt. He stopped and straightened it. Then he threw some logs into the fire and sat in his armchair to read.
It's as boring now as it was then. I'm sorry, Sherry, but I think that's it.
Wait, John, we never use the fireplace in the mornings. What if...
What if it's in here?
And the fireplace created a soothing atmosphere. It's the little
Key.
things, isn't it? I think this is what we're looking for.
We made it. So what's there?
Gifted by Queen Victoria herself. Single malt whiskey, Mycroft's favourite. Otto Richter. This one is rather thick. Mycroft can be truly dogged in his research. Dossiers on the most influential people on Cordona. Mycroft always had a habit of building files on everyone he met. The so-called mummy of a Persian princess. The defrauders did good work, but missed one small detail. It's the mummy of a man. Mother said this was among the hunting trophies of a Scottish viscount.
So he tried to persuade everyone that his forest was inhabited by these beasts. It would have been thrilling if it were actually true.
Huh.
Watkinson and Holman, Chapter 1, by Wallace Dioram.
Oh, Mycroft. He always acts so serious, but then reads tripe like this.
John, if I remember correctly, you couldn't put this book down. Another fake Holy Grail. Its owner claimed to be the heir of King Arthur. Scarcely believable. He also insisted a deadly rabbit was hunting him. And this one was brought from a German museum. They claimed it belonged to Vikings. Nonsense, of course. Vikings never had horns on their helmets. The full plate armour of Sir Robert Saunford. I was told my father won it in a wager.
Armour is armour, but look at his sword. Oh, how badly I wanted to wield the blade. Maybe you take it instead of your pistol.
Clearly, it was deliberately torn. I wonder why someone would do that. The Tulpa, Studies in Tibetan Mentalism. An impressive number of bookmarks. Someone was rather obsessed with this subject.
Here we go.
I'm starting to remember something.
When you're finished here, can we build a wigwam from the blankets? Like in the good old days?
Mycroft testified against Richter.
I used this ladder to look at the top shelf, right? On the day of Mother's breakdown upstairs.
Right you are, Sherry.
We heard a noise. I can't recall of exactly what. And we didn't have a great view from behind the statue. Books and papers from the table somehow ended up on the floor. Now it's coming to the surface. I feel it.
Time to validate.
You're not even trying.
What?
Sherry, concentrate. You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate. You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Come on, Sherry. Let's go outside. Wait. Did you hear that? Come here, Sherry.
You call this progress? Charlatan, amateur. I'm not letting you anywhere near my mother again.
So there was a quarrel between them. I heard a noise in the... Oh, let's check it out. Sherry, look! We've got a parcel here. Hurry up and let's see what's inside. An invitation that comes with a mask. We can't miss this, Sherry.
Alright, let's see what I should start on now.
So, are you ready to take on the task?
You have my attention, Mr. Estevo.
Mark Ridley, the son of General Arthur Ridley, is being blackmailed. Suffice to say, the compromising material is of a delicate nature. The matter is of no small importance to the Crown, especially given the status quo on Cordona.
What does Mycroft want me to do? Retrieve the blackmail material?
No, sir, nothing of the sort. Mark Ridley is meeting the blackmailer atop the old city bridge tower. You shall observe from a distance, then establish the blackmailer's identity. Do not attempt to arrest him. We'll handle it from there.
Saving the best for yourself? Fine.
There's a cafe just over the bridge that provides a good vantage point. Please report to me when you are done. I'll be waiting for you here, and remember, discretion is of the essence.
So this is DLC, so hopefully it won't take too long. I'm trying to get a few of the smaller side missions done, because I know that probably the next one we'll do is going to take a while.
Here, grab a seat. Here, grab a seat.
You even brought a book, huh?
May I have... Same as always.
You just don't give up, do you?
Oh, come on, let's get closer. I can't see anything from here.
No, too early.
So we're just going to sit here all day?
Patience, John. I have a feeling this is more than simple blackmail. We'll be close when the blackmailer leaves, and then...
Oh.
Go! Oh, not a pretty sight, this.
What's happened?
Head trauma. Fatal. Gravity is cruel like that.
A rather frivolous accessory for a military man. Shame it's all bloody now. A key, and where there's a key, there's a lock. He was stabbed several times before he fell. The shape of the wounds suggest a curved blade.
What's happened?
The knife is missing.
It's almost like he's dancing.
Dancing the dance macabre.
No signs of life, no pulse. I'm declaring Corporal Ridley dead.
Please move along. The police are on their way. Everything's under control.
Is it now?
The corp hardly proves anything. Doesn't prove it's a murder. Doesn't prove it's a murder.
A brief examination of the body was enough for me to conclude.
You can't possibly...
Oh, they were I have... Did you
No, sir. No one?
I'm not.
Your friend? You mean... you...
Never mind.
The killer's gone. Vanished into thin air.
This blade is a naval officer's dirk. Sharp and well cared for. The edge is covered with blood, but the tip is clean.
Gonna join the Navy after all. That'd make Mycroft so happy, you know.
Shut up, John. Can you smell the body odor, John? Someone's been hiding in here. Someone sweaty.
Unless it's a laundry chest. But then it's a different mystery altogether.
This cigarette is
Case of
still
the vanishing
smouldering.
sweaty pantaloons.
There's a nice view from here, don't you think? There's a nice view from here, don't you think? Imagine if we'd been able to get up here 10 years ago. Oh, it would have been the perfect base.
I don't know why it's not popping.
I hope the police find the murderer.
Is this familiar to you?
Please, don't get angry, sir. But I know nothing about this, I swear to you.
Excuse me, just one question.
His Majesty came out of his palace. I know nothing.
This isn't working. You might need a different tack.
Oh, how do I miss that?
Exactly 100 mangears. The killer didn't touch them.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate. You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate. You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate. You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
I'm not very good at this one.
You're not even... trying, Sherry. Concentrate. You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate. You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Alright, we're gonna be here a while, probably.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate. 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 You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
There we go.
Ridley was attacked by his blackmailer, but before being pushed out the window, Ridley managed to wound him. The killer must still be bleeding.
So what happened? Was there anyone upstairs?
No, the killer escaped. We're dealing with a carefully planned assassination.
What will make you... I hope the police find the murderer.
Oh, who is it? What's happened? Oh, who is it?
Are you able to help me?
Your money doesn't impress me.
To see you.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
A man like you should not speak to a man like me.
You obviously haven't thought this all through. Or are you just annoying these people on purpose?
I hope the police find the murderer.
May I ask you something?
You think it's funny to bother me?
Is this familiar to you?
Not my problem.
Oh, I am bored. Call me when you've...
Ah, this shouldn't be this hard. Okay.
Find the answer.
I hope the police find the murderer.
Come on, let's take the rope down.
I'd rather take the stairs.
Ah, what a bore.
There we go.
That was a rough landing.
Wow. Amazing, right?
Disturbing is more like it.
How many knives do you think are stuck here? I keep losing count.
Aha, a curved knife covered in fresh blood. There we go. Doubt that this eagle is purely ornamental.
Careful, Sherry. Locals aren't too happy with what you're doing.
I'd better leave the knife here.
Stop that!
Now is a bad time to ruffle
Don't
my
touch
feathers.
those!
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I'll tell you what I know, my friend.
Western side of Old City Market. It's like there.
You have no business here. Go away.
Who's there? Who's there?
Another knife. Nice afford. Let's pick something that suits you.
good choice.
Don't miss out on the... Marhaba. It's a good day for a purchase. May your purchase bring you joy.
Another knife in the pillar. Another knife in the pillar.
There we go.
Who's there?
Is this familiar to you?
You're a stranger. I don't talk to strangers.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Nothing stands between me and helping a fellow citizen, except the absence of knowledge. Ask someone else.
Time to check your who.
Can I ask you a question?
Sherry,
I am
who
sorry.
are you asking
That's not
about
something I
what
know.
and dressed as what?
So I have to figure out how to not be an outsider, I guess. I'm gonna use this video. Hopefully there's this video I'm looking at. Hopefully it'll be able to help. It's not really loading at all though. Apparently I'm missing something for that. Gotta go here.
Nice affordable clothes? Step right up. Let's pick something that suits you. Don't leave. Take one more look.
Can I ask you a question?
Nobody cares about us, so why should I care about anybody?
Nice affordable clothes? Step right up.
The barracks are off limit to civilians. You aren't here to relieve me.
There we go.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Ah, I know this, yeah, let me help you.
Excuse me, just one question.
I don't know, but I'm sure there are others who'd be glad to help a fella in uniform. Ridley's blood is on Ottoman hands. Ridley's blood is on Ottoman hands.
There we go.
Can I ask you a question?
Ah, I know this, yeah, let me help you.
Oh, number 4.
Nice. A room after my own heart.
A little austere. Being the son of a general must be difficult. Rise all the way to the top. Make me proud, son.
It was moved.
There are scratches on the floor. The locker was moved. That's quite a hefty sum. Enough to start a new life. Two tickets to London. Would have been a very different ending for the corporal's story.
Alright, here we go.
You are not welcome here.
Come, come.
Nice of all. Let's pick something that suits you. A good choice. A good choice indeed.
This should be good now.
You are not welcome here.
Why?
You are expected. Quick.
My love, oh, I'm so... Who are you? Where's Mark? Answer me or I'll call for help.
You will do no such thing, Jalen. We both know it.
How do you know my name? And why are you wearing this scarf? What has happened?
A flood of questions, but I only have one answer. Mark Ridley is dead.
No. This cannot be. You're lying. Tell me you're lying.
Keep your voice down, miss. I don't have time for a lady's hysterics. Mark has been murdered, and I believe that the murderer is part of this house.
No. It was a secret. We were meeting. We were... How could anyone find out?
The truth always comes out one way or another, but enough of this. Tell me, have you seen anything suspicious here?
No, I heard the servants talking about blood near...
Why did you have to be so mean to her?
I wasn't mean. Now... is not
the time for pity. Is that you or your reptilian brain talking? Leave me be. Leave me be. A bloody trail. Let's see where it leads. A pile of fresh clothes. How convenient. All soaked in blood. Well, a fresh shirt is as good a lead as any.
So, think you can identify the killer on the first try?
Huh. Do you doubt me?
Do you think they'd mind if I washed my shirt? I haven't changed in days and I'm starting to smell.
Leave me be.
The killer is wearing a fresh shirt.
Good thing I made that save.
I wasn't mean. Now is not the time for pity.
Is that you or your reptilian brain talking?
Good thing I made the save. I would have been so mad if because this is achievements, and I would have been mad if I messed it up already. Oh man.
A pile of fresh clothes. How convenient. All soaked in blood. Well, a fresh shirt is as good a lead as any.
So, think you can identify the killer on the first try?
Huh. Do you doubt me?
There's only like 2 people it could be. I don't know. I'm just gonna watch the video to be sure. I think it is him. Oh.
What are you staring at, you crazy woman?
So, here you are.
What the hell?
I understand your confusion. It's been a turbulent day, hasn't it?
Do you have...
Indeed I do. So please let me explain while you catch your breath.
I am a...
My name is Sherlock Holmes.
Are you accusing me?
That's right, I am. I recovered the murder weapon. It bears an eagle crest, the same crest that is so proudly displayed within your house.
And a proud house we are. My father speaks for all Ottomans on this island, remember that.
Regrettably, I failed to detect much pride in the callow way you ambushed the corporal. It couldn't have been very comfortable for you inside that chest, waiting to catch the corporal off guard. Couldn't you find a better place to hide?
You're a fine one to talk of tactics. You're dressed as a woman.
If you'll pardon the metaphor, he was a fishbone that became lodged in your throat. You had a strong motive to see him dead. At the heart of this crime is a woman, Jalen. I wonder who she might be to you. Your wife? Unlikely. Your sister?
Enough! Don't you dare say a word about my sister. It was he who led her to sin. His father promised...
So you've risked the peace to...
I had no other...
Just checking my achievements so far. Where is... Alright, you got it. I don't think it matters.
I believe peace between our people to be more important than this terrible incident.
You want peace? Well then stay away from my family and never speak of this to anyone.
I won't say a word to the police. It will only complicate matters. There is no need for further bloodshed.
You're not so stupid after all. Now get out.
Mr. Holmes.
Successful is hardly the word I would use. What? How? Explain. Blackmail was a ruse to kill Ridley, but I managed to track down. He comes from a very influential Ottoman family.
I see. Your prudence is commendable.
What will happen now?
I cannot tell. I am just a piece on the board. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to report to your...
Honestly can't believe you let the killer go. I thought it was a joke till the very end.
That pillar is a damn eyesore. Not for the general, I'd burn it down myself.
That was easy. So let's see, it's
Surely it was Silvia Coppello.
In the police. Let's pretend to be cops, eh? We can just stand around and look confused.
We have a large assortment and pleasant prices.
Can I ask you a question?
A solid question, sir, but I don't have the answer.
I'm having deja vu.
Greetings.
I am.
But
It would...
oh. Feel free to look around.
We could bake apples here, or smoke a duck. Ooh, or make pizza. Do you like pineapple?
The door was kicked in.
Like, why would someone want to steal
This cover is
this?
dusty. It hasn't been taken off for a long time.
Feel free to look around.
I see you've received many accolades.
Ah,
These are
from a long
intricate
time
pieces
ago.
of music.
I used to
Beautiful if
perform
my
a
sight
lot
reading
in my
holds true. The thief left the bow. I suppose he prefers pizzicato. The scrap of fabric is covered in white stains. Clumsy of a thief to cut himself on the glass he just broke. The jagged bottle reeks of cheap whiskey. An utterly useless theft deterrent for a glass display case. Nothing was taken except for the violin. How odd.
I can't hear anything. Has it got strings?
These are intricate pieces of music. Quite beautiful if my sight reading holds.
Anything else you'd like to?
Ooh. Chemical analysis. My favorite. Well, I'm getting better, y'all can say that at least. If you guys are liking this so far, be sure to subscribe and hit the like button. It'd be much appreciated.
The trail stops here among the waste.
Hello, sir. Would you like some fruit?
I'm not...
They...
Hmm.
No, they...
Do you know... I'm...
What?
You could... I'll... Excuse me, just one question.
There is no amount of money that would make me talk.
May I ask you something?
I don't think I'm rich enough to talk to you, sir.
Oh, right. Call me when you find the answer.
Excuse me, just one question.
There is no amount of money that would make me talk.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Doesn't remind me of anything. Someone else can help better, sir.
Time to check your who, what, and what, Sherry. Who are you asking? About what and dressed as what?
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
His Majesty came out of his palace. I know nothing.
Are you able to help me?
Oh, every story has a price. You're lucky I'm telling you this for free.
The donkey was being stubborn, but so were they.
There we are. The first lead in our asinine
Don't mind the
chase.
mud, Sherry. Get your ear to the ground. I'm sure you'll hear the hooves.
One of them lost his cap.
So it was multiple people.
They certainly bought a lot of fruit from the boy. Fear of scurvy, perhaps?
A pile of dung. An act of defiance. I hope it got on their shoe.
Another bottle of whiskey. Oh, this must be Lieutenant Sean. The sailors couldn't get him inside the tavern.
Don't forget to point the boy to his donkey on our way back.
I found...
Well done. I look forward to the beautiful reunion.
Gonna get armored up for this.
Gonna keys.
Don't bother moving. You've lost.
I couldn't miss the party.
Too simple.
I'm coming for you.
The snuff's ready.
No more crime for you until next month. Don't bother moving. You've lost.
No, you killed...
Take this!
Don't cry.
Give him the pepper snuff. we were against murder.
Don't cry, you'll live. Well, they left me no choice. I think I might be nearing in...
So we were able to save Sean there. We got a achievement as well to pop.
Intoxication myself just from the smell of them.
There we go. Oh, it's got blood on it.
The maker's stamp suggests it was made by a student of Pressender. Quite a lovely instrument.
And somehow, after all the mayhem, it's still in one piece.
It was a pretty fun little mission.
Here's your it might.
God, this melody, Sherlock. Don't you recognize it? Look up, Sherry. There used to be an attic up there. We used to sneak in from the roof and listen to Mr. Jones play when we were children.
You should tell the old man the truth. I think it will mean a lot to him.
Bravo. I'd forgotten how beautiful of that melody. It brought back some memories. I have a confession. As a child, I used to sneak into the attic above this very room and...
So that was you. After my wife's death, it was difficult to pick up the violin again. But knowing someone was listening helped me persevere. In fact, a young man like yourself could breed a...
I can't.
It's never too late to learn, Mr. Holmes.
Sherry, I'm really glad we helped him.
We're gonna do like another kind of side mission here.
What a long day.
There's nothing in these rooms, so I have them all available. Oh well.
What a long day.
Excuse me, but are you Mr. Capello? My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm hoping you could spare a
Manners?
You're a suspect, sir, but not yet a criminal. I shan't treat you as such. Your case...
Manners and into
You are surprisingly composed for a man accused of murder. Not so easily shaken, I take it.
life is... no. I now... Nandy.
Please.
Well,
and...
No, the rest...
Who's...
No.
You...
Clark.
And the...
It's...
help me. And... I have... You... So...
look up...
And was it...
No.
Well, here, thank...
Please, I...
Mrs. Capello, please wait in the office. The inspector will be here soon.
You must be the
Would you be Augusta Capello? Forgive me, I am not the inspector, but I am working on your husband's case.
Then I have nothing to say to you. Come back with the inspector in charge so that we may dispense with the endless repetition.
Whilst I prefer German composers, the harps are, I'm sure, but... Oh, there was... and...
Yeah.
Much as...
I am... Oh, please.
What?
No.
You've had quite the day, Mrs. Capello. I shall leave you be. If I have further questions, I may visit again later.
Hello there.
Ill-fitting pants, wonky nose, and hair that appears to have been cut by your own hand. You must be Billy Lloyd.
Oh, it's you?
You did?
You're Mirko Gallia, the best investigative...
Alas, you're mistaken.
Oh, of course.
Mr. Capello told me...
Hey, you should have seen it. As soon as the burglars saw me, they went white as death. I heard a thud and catch. Clearly, my rep...
You're a guard, but you didn't give chase.
Well, by the time I made it outside, they were miles away. So, that kind of gentlemanly courtesy is...
When did...
Oh.
Does she...
No, I was...
I know what...
Of course.
What did the thief... Hold.
What?
Yes. I must go...
Oh.
Right.
The best on the market. You can wallop them, you can burn them. Nothing will work.
I bet he tested that himself.
Strength, security, peace of mind. Tacky.
Well, you know, that's your opinion, good sir.
Oh, why do I get the worst jobs?
Clear indications of blunt trauma, possibly inflicted before the victim was in the safe. Bulging veins, cyanosis, bloodshot eyes, odd foaming in the mouth. Bruises, torn nails, bleeding was severe and continued at length. Clothes are not fully buttoned. Was the victim dressing or undressing? Blood on the safe door could have been left by the victim. What a rotten way to die.
Yeah, what a shame.
The bottle is half empty. A wine, well enjoyed.
Aha.
Recently used, but why would it be here?
Oh, why do I get the worst jobs?
That's about all of you I can take.
Huh.
Wouldn't want to be in his shoes. I'm a bit claustrophobic.
The concert program from 7 years ago. An Augusta LaDuca is listed as a harpist in the orchestra. 2 theatre tickets for Shakespeare's Othello. The performance is tomorrow.
Have to respect the classics. He clearly needs a better work-life balance.
Well-organised workplace?
Mr. Capello is the best.
Okay, this chap is seriously creepy.
Do you know?
Well, you have you without.
No.
I know of it, but forgot.
Do you know?
What?
That. Do you?
No.
Do you?
What? Oh.
No.
I know of it, but forgot.
Is okay.
Oh, actually, no. I don't know.
What can? Good.
I know of it, but forgot.
Have you?
She.
letter F is inscribed within a 4-leaf clover pattern. Passe muraille. Walk through walls in French. Our thief seems rather arrogant. A comprehensive set of lockpicks, recently cleaned with no fresh scratches. Maybe it would be one.
To take a look around outside before we enter. Just a thought.
So should be up and down along here.
Other gangs are planning it.
Despite being used, these goods...
Our clothes will be worn well. Step right up.
Vagabond rags, head, eye bandage.
I hope you'll be comfortable in... Our clothes will be worn well, take my word.
One man's trash is another man's furniture.
Hello, mister. Have you now? So the bandits, right? Not coming. Bigger fish to fry, they say. Bigger worries.
Interesting. Are you absolutely sure?
Heard it with...
Ah, what a simpleton.
Philip from London.
Let's go.
Good impression.
Being used. These goods are still... Take a look, mate. I hope you like what you brought.
Buy some clothes and help me feed my family.
Could you help me?
Nothing springs to mind, officer.
Alright, here we go. More combat.
No, you killed him!
I couldn't miss the party.
Too simple.
Hey, you could have kept him alive.
No more crime for you until next month.
Dodge this!
The snuff's red.
Oh.
Not that easy.
Don't bother moving. You've lost.
You can overcome the brute now. Hey, you could have kept him alive. Oh, you killed him. Hey, you could have kept him alive.
Okay, I give up.
And here we are.
What do you...
Is there... So you... You were in the Armor Capello office yesterday evening, Miss Sevigny. The same place that Niccolo Detti was found dead today. What How? It's... I
don't...
And... I...
Wait.
Your...
I didn't do a thing.
What exact...
Who? What are you talking about?
Madam, and then a... But you started... Billy would... Do I have this right so far?
Niccolo...
And your husband suspect... And thus we arrive at the heart of the matter. How did Mr. Detti end up deceased in the safe?
I do not know.
Madam?
I don't know anything about his death.
Are you sure this is how you wish to proceed?
It is...
Waffle neutral completed. Let's go.
It is a shame.
Oh.
I see you need some... It was a midnight tryst. Niccolo would visit the office once Basilio left, but this... Really? To free Mr. Detti, you hired Felicia Sevigny, a petty burglar, to crack the safe, and as a result...
No.
You are... You were afraid how it would affect the reputation of the Capellos, and you feared what your husband would do as a consequence.
It's...
And now he's... Despite your best intentions, Mrs. Capello, I believe... It is not my place to decide what is deserved, but perhaps you now know what to say to the inspector.
I do.
Good day, madam.
I don't think Mrs. Capello did this on purpose. I would have let her go.
What a long day.
Come on, Sherry. Say, I am the law.
Alright. It's kind of hard to keep up with everything. Oh. Might as well because we're right here. Check this out.
No, this can't be right, Matthias. Murder? Impossible.
Good thing we helped him escape. Now focus, Sherry. Let's remember how we did it.
We snuck in when the archives were empty and found something on the archivist's table.
A top-secret map of catacombs beneath the prison, allowing us to rescue Matthias.
No, that's not right. It was something else. Let me focus on it. Ah, of course. It was the shift schedule. We wanted to know which officer was on prison duty that day.
Ah, that's not how I remember it. Or maybe... Yes. We went to find the officer's desk. That's where the map was.
We waited until no one was around, then searched the desk. You were on lookout, John.
Do you recall what we found here?
I remember a book with wax stains damaged by humidity. The officer used it to keep him company during long prison shifts. There was a chain of keys. We found something here, John, and something else. It was a police billy club, nude, but already stained with blood.
What's important is that we found keys. By my memory...
A half-eaten tuna sandwich. It was carefully wrapped in a hand-stitched kerchief. You almost took a bite, John.
and die.
Do you know anything about this?
Are you talking to me? You'd better not be.
Guards were lazy. Knowing their shift schedule, it was easy to sneak past them and find the right cell.
Yes, and with the keys and map in hand, we busted out Matthias and escaped through the catacombs.
John, no, that's not what happened. Let me remember. It was dark. His cell smelt of decay and excrement. I remember calling for him, but Matthias did not answer, so I walked inside. I saw a shape. It was moving just barely. I remember seeing his familiar yellow jacket, now torn and covered in strange brown splotches. I saw his legs twisted at an impossible angle. Then someone called to me from the door. It was an officer. He didn't yell when he saw me. Understood it at a glance. He took me outside, told me to forget what I saw. In a way, I did.
Sherry, come outside. We should take a photo of the cell. I know you want to remember the truth.
Rest easy, Matthias. John, I must find that loathsome mutton shunter Mitchell. I will find him. It's not fair. He deserved worse.
And Matthias deserved better. There is a lot of injustice in the world, Sherry. Your skills could make a difference for others like him.
I'm going to end it off here, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe down below if you're new. Hit the like button. Hit the bell so you don't miss when I go live again. And I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'll see you guys in the next video.